Hey, welcome back. So last time we were working with powers of monomials. This time in section 5.5 we'll be working with situations where we have polynomials times monomials. So for instance, if we're given a situation like this, we've seen this before, and we know that this is equal to 5 times 3 plus 5 times 4, which gets us 15 plus 20, which equals 35. Now, what changes when we add these variables in here? Well, we still treat it the same. This time we take 5 times 3x, and then add that to 5 times 4y. And we get 15x plus 20y. However, remember from the first section that since these have unlike terms, we can't add them together, so that's as simplified as it gets. Now what if we take a variable that's a monomial and multiply it times a polynomial? Well, this can be rewritten as a times a times a plus a times 2 times a times b plus a times negative b times b. Now remember from multiplying that we have 3 a's here, so that equals a cubed. We have 2 a's here, 1, 2, and 1b, so we get plus 2a squared b. And here we have 2 b's, but notice this negative sign, so that changes the sign of everything. We end up with negative ab squared. And so that's our final answer, because we can't add any like terms. This is not a like term to any of these, so that's our final answer. Now what if what's out front has a negative sign? Well, then we will still rewrite it just like we did previously. So we have negative 2x times 9 times x times x times x plus negative 2x times 3 times x times x plus negative 2 times x times x. You see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. And negative 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. So we end up negative 18x to the fourth. And here we have x times x times x. And negative 2 times 3 is a negative 6. So negative 6x to the third. And here we have negative 2 times x times x. So we have 2 x's, so we get minus 2x squared. So notice what happened. We had this negative sign out front. All of these were positive. And in our final answer, all of them, when multiplied by the negative, became negative. So make sure when we're multiplying monomials times polynomials, if there's a negative sign out front, that we have to change the signs of everything on the inside when we multiply it. Now remember, when we're doing this, we don't have to add up all of these x's like this. We don't have to write them all out. Now, if given the same problem, instead of writing all that out, we could simply rewrite this as -2 times 9 times x to the 1 plus 3. Because don't forget, there's actually a 1 here. So x to the first power, we just don't always have to write that 1. And then plus -2 times 3 times x to the 2 plus 1 plus -2 times x to the 1 plus 1. Then we simply add up our exponents, multiply our coefficients, and we end up with -18 x to the 4th minus 6 x to the 3rd minus 2x squared. We have no more like terms, so that's our final answer. And we get the same thing as we did the last time we did it, only without having to write out all these x's. So there you have it. Now you know what to do in situations where we have polynomials times monomials. Thanks for watching.